What is up, players? It's WarbossTae up in its mug. Welcome to day 1 of Spookytoberfest, October 2015, the month-long spooky painting event. I hope you've chosen your spooky miniatures for the month. I've got mine right here. I just popped open the box. We're going to take a look at it. So it's the White Dwarf 2014 subscription model. Comes in fine cast. And let's take a look at it. I think you might still be able to pick these up if you're at a local Games Workshop store or your hobby store had any of these. But I think the only way to get them now, if your store doesn't carry one of these, there's no way to order them online. You'd have to look on eBay or find someone who has it. So I'm very happy that I was able to get this when it came out. And let's take a look at it. You've got a round base. You've got a wet palette plastic cup there, so that's awesome. And you've got 2 frames of fine cast. Oh, I remember you, fine cast. So let's take a look at it. On the back of the artwork actually is the instructions for how to put it together. So you've got your plastic base there. You've got the scenic base, which looks like a kind of like a temple or cathedral or church. Oh, cool. Night Lords. That is awesome. You've got the table, the broken table, and it's going to be placed so it's kind of like leaning. You've got your blood, chalice of blood that's falling. You've got the goblin reaching up with his arm, and you've got the white dwarf who's holding a hammer in one hand, a stake in one hand, hat goes on the head. And the table itself can either be, oh yeah, no, that's how you do it. 2 legs here and 1 leg with 1 broken leg. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to look. Let's take a look at the pieces. You've got your stone there. So yeah, I think this is where the blood, chalice of blood goes. I'm not sure, I'll have to take a look at the thing again. This looks like the table, or like the plinth, and then here you've got the table legs. 2 are fine, 1 is broken, and then you've got the chalice where the blood is seeping out. So you can already tell there's a lot of crazy mold lines that you're going to need to scrape, and it looks like on every piece there's a mold line, or there's really bad flash. I'm going to need to be very careful. When you have fat pieces of flash like this connecting your resin, you got to be very careful, because if you really dig into it and put too much force, it'll cause strain on some of the other areas. There were some horses in the past, fine cast or resin. Was it the Death Riders, maybe? Death Riders of Krieg, where I was trying to cut the horses, like their hooves were connected to resin bars or something, and every time I would try to clip them away from here, it would cause a lot of strain on another area and then snap off that part. So you just want to be careful when you're clipping your pieces off. Here is Grombriddle. He looks great. He looks really, really well sculpted. In fact, he kind of reminds me of the, you know who that looks like? The old dwarf standard bearer. The one who's kind of doing the same thing and doing the come here motion with his right hand. The way his mouth is shaped and his grimace, but should be fine. I think that's interesting. Holy moly, look at all this flash. That is a fine cast job if I've ever seen one. So I'm going to need to go in there and be very careful about how I clip them. You want to make sure that when you're clipping flash off, you're not clipping part of the actual cloth, because there's this really bad piece in there. So, like, I would hate to cut off like up to there and realize, oh shoot, that was like the flap of his greatcoat. And oh, look at the flash under his arm. That is terrible. Ay, ay, ay. Fine cast! I'm shaking my fist at the heavens. I like his hammer. I think it's so cool. It's like a little clockwork hammer. It's not your regular just hammer metal head on a wooden handle. It's got like some gears and some cogs. That's pretty neat. Although that does look like another piece of flash right under the bottom part of the cog. Do you see right there where my thumb is? Oh, don't look at my dirty thumbnail. Other than that, though, I like the sculpt of Grombriddle, and I like the detail. He's got some cool. These look like runes on his jacket there. Yeah, those are some dwarvish runes on his greatcoat. That looks really nice. The hat looks okay. It's got that dwarf little decorative piece that you see on all of the old plastics. And I say old because they're current plastics, but you know, they look old. Here's the one with the stake, and yeah, let's take a look at the goblin in the coffin here. I think that's really cool. You can see there's the handles for it. I'm gonna paint mine up like a like it's shown in the artwork here. It's almost like a black marble, or black with green marbling. I love that. That effect is so cool. I want to really try to recreate that. Yeah, I think about how to do that. See, yeah, that's about it. And then the little goblin Dracula is reaching up like blue, blue. I love that the goblin has like a little widow's peak, and that's just gonna look so funny. Okay, so thanks for watching, everybody. This is day 1, and every Saturday I'm gonna ask a new weekly question. So because we're already in the middle of the week, or is it Sunday? I think I'm gonna ask a new weekly question every Sunday. Like I said, you don't have to post every single day. I'm going to, just because I love flooding the interwebs with videos, and I just want to encourage you guys, the more stuff you post on YouTube or on the Google group, even if you don't have much progress, just to say, hey, what's up? And this is what I'm doing. I got nothing done today. I spent the day at the beach, or whatever. Just pop in and say hi. I love when you just bombard the Google group to the point where I don't watch any videos for like 4 months because I'm just so swamped with them. And I hope you guys do. I hope you join in for Spookytoberfest. I hope you show us what you're up to. And I hope that you all have a great month of October. It's the reason why I love doing Spookytoberfest every single year is it's such a fun, festive event. Halloween is such an event. Back in Hawaii, Waikiki, and like all of the big places would just get crammed with people like showing off their costumes and their creativity and stuff. So I thought, hey, as a miniature painter, let's do something for us, our community. And that's why I want to really bring together everybody. So if you know people at your local store, people you game with, let them know you're doing the event, Spookytoberfest 2015. They can find us, WarbossTae's 2015 Painting Community, on the Google group. And feel free to join, post up, even if you don't want to do videos, if you want to just write a quick update, take some pictures, do whatever you want to get it going for you. And let's grow your channel, and let's grow our community here. Okay, so the first day 1 to, I think, October 3rd question, it's today the Thursday the 1st all the way to Saturday the 3rd, is what is the movie that had the biggest impact on you, like the scariest movie? If you want, you can go into specifics and name the scene. And okay, so for me, the scary movie that I always go back to is in high school. I saw a little movie on opening weekend called Event Horizon. And I was in high school. I think I was like a senior in high school, and I really wanted to go see this movie. So I'm standing outside, waiting to go in line at Kahala movie theaters with my ticket, and I'm waiting to go in. And these people come out because the movie before us had just gotten out, and everybody was saying, "Oh my gosh, I was so scared. That's the scariest thing I ever saw. Holy moly!" And I think the reason why it's been so iconic and so just an example of really, really good movie making and storytelling for me. For me, a lot of people will see it like I showed it to my lady boss, I think, and she was like, straight hair. She was like, she said, I don't understand. Why is this scary? I don't understand. I guess maybe your age and your mindset has something to do with it too, you know? I just remember watching that movie and being so scared. It was the first time I'd really been affected by jump scares in a movie, and I think it's because the atmosphere of the spaceships and the creepy the creepy like effects of like madness in space madness, and then this you got the supernatural entity. Anyway, I don't want to spoil it for you, but terrifying, terrifying movie. I'll probably watch it again and laugh at it, but that movie stuck with me. Specifically, the one scene that still... Okay, so after I saw the movie, I went home and I couldn't sleep because every time I closed my eyes, I saw this image. It was like burned in my brain. I was so terrified, and I had to sleep with like my blanket over my head because every time I would try to sleep with my blanket down, I would imagine this thing happening right in front of me. So there's this one scene where they're trying to figure out what happened to this crew of the spaceship, and they went to some pretty bad places, and some bad stuff happened to them. So they find this stress call, this tape, and they're trying to figure it out and scrub it and clean it because it's all static and white noise, and you can't see anything. And then this one point where they clean the tape, and you can see what happened to the crew that went through this black hole. And yeah, I don't want to spoil it. Let's just say there's a man and eyeballs. He had his eyeballs out. The eyeballs were not where they should have been. They weren't in his head. And I just, oh boy, I could see it in my brain right now. I don't even remember what the actor looks like. I just remember man, eyeballs. Oh boy, whoo, spooky. So, all right, what a way to start the month, huh? Tell me, what's your most traumatic favorite scene in a scary movie, something that you remember to this day, maybe something you saw when you were a kid growing up, or even maybe if it's something more recent, a really well done scary movie, something that's just stuck with you. And as you can tell, I'm a big movie buff. I love film. I love going to the theaters and seeing movies. So I want to thank you guys for joining and for watching this long. We're already at 12 minutes. So we will see you. I'm going to be doing every single day. You don't have to. Like I said, you could film one video or make one post at the beginning of the month and then not do anything for the whole month, and then just check in on the 31st and say, Happy Halloween. I did it, or I didn't. But I'm going to try to do every single day, and tomorrow the goal is try to get this guy cleaned up and glued together. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Laters!